So tell us about your book. What's the title of it, and what's the essence of it?
Yeah, it's called The Disposable Visionary. I wrote it with my friend Bill Jerome. And it is, we noticed in both of our careers, which spanned several decades, in a number of different positions, including consulting with a number of different companies. So between the two of us, we figured we have worked for about 100 different companies. So we have a large sample. And we noticed a pattern. The pattern is that companies very often hire people to affect change within the company. And yet the company culture, or the way that they approach things, resists that very change that they hired people for. And that the people with the most vision, who are not engaging in the political type of wrangling that goes on in most companies, have a tendency to get fired. And we backed this anecdotal observation up with some research that was done in Germany, over 1,000 professionals that were interviewed, and sure enough, when you look at political skill, competency, overall competency in the job, and vision, the value that was least valued was vision. And it wasn't when they asked the managers how they rated people, it was how they actually rated people, and then after the fact, the researchers went back and said, well, where does this person fit along this axes in terms of political skills, vision, and competency?
I see. So the person that they valued the most had the least vision. Is that correct?
It was a combination. Let's put it this way: if you were competent in your job, you tended to get highly rated because you put your head down, you didn't rock the boat. You may not have tons of political skill, but you were valued because you got things done that people asked you to do. The political folks were rated slightly below that. They could navigate things pretty well, but maybe their competency wasn't quite as high. And then the visionaries were on the bottom, even if they were competent.
I see.
If they didn't have the political skills, if you have all three, if you have high competency, high political skills, and high visionary skills, then you're a superstar, and yeah, you do quite well in a company environment that way. But it was the people who lacked the political skills that tended to have the most trouble. And largely that was because they tended to speak their minds. They tended to rock the boat internally. And very often, after they got fired, they would start their own company and compete with the company that just fired them.
I get it.
So you get into people like John Lasseter, who was fired by Disney, started Pixar.
Yes.
You get into John Nealman, who was fired by Southwest Airlines after having done enormous innovations there in terms of customer service. Now he started a Brazilian airline that will come back and compete with Southwest.